use your expertise. Okay, in our society, it's really confusing because we see it, and again, on the internet, on TV, stuff like that. Everybody's sexy, everybody looks good. You know, all the magazines, all covers of magazines, you got to look great and this and that. It's so confusing. It's so, I said, especially for teenage girls. You know, they got to be this thin, they got to be this tall, got to be blonde hair, got to be blue eyes, whatever. How do we kind of overlook that so we can, you know, even the guys, everybody's, you know, compared to Brad Pitt and Michael Eagle, whatever his name is, the good-looking white guy with the green eyes. Yeah. Everybody's compared to them now. How in our society, because 9 out of 10 of us aren't like that, how do we work a balance? How do we get a balance so we can have a good relationship?
Well, the thing is with that, you know, a lot of you know, superficial stuff. It's on people's minds, and it's the top of what people are, I guess, attracted to and what people see. But what happens is at the end of the day, it's kind of like something that's not a lasting thing. So if you're looking for a relationship, and if you want to have a serious relationship with someone, it's not really about just looks, and just by you thinking that, okay, well, I look good, it's going to keep anything long term or keep anything of substance. Because, for example, if you're a good-looking dude, you know, a lot of people assume that just because you're a good-looking guy that you're going to get a lot of women, and that's absolutely false. And I try to explain this all the time, and people don't realize, especially men don't understand this, because a man, since he's visual and he thinks, well, if I see a good-looking woman, then I would want her. Then he assumes that if I'm good-looking, a woman will want me, and that's going to carry through. But a lot of women are attracted to a whole bunch of different more qualities than just a guy being good-looking. You understand what I'm saying? And also for a guy, too, it can sometimes hurt you in the end if you're good-looking, because a lot of girls, I've heard this a million times, girls, they don't want a guy I don't want a guy that looks better than me. You understand what I'm saying? So they get into that mode. And you know, even for a woman, a lot of times, like a woman who's beautiful, she'll get a lot of attention at first. But for women, most women aren't concerned with just getting attention. Like, women like attention, but at the end of the day, they want someone who's going to like them for them and actually want to be with them. So what's going to actually keep a guy around is if you actually have other things going for you besides your looks. You understand what I'm saying? Because your looks are not going to keep a man with you all the time. He needs to see that you have substance, you have things going for you, you can bring something to the table. So at the end of the day, you know, people shouldn't necessarily just strive to, I need to, like, you know, look like Brad Pitt or, you know, Angelina Jolie or Megan Good or whatever. Like, you don't have to be like the super best looking person. You understand? But all I tell people is just to do is look your best, but at the same time, what's more important is be your best, meaning be the best person who you are, because at the end of the day, when you're actually with that person and they see who you are, you're going to actually have to talk to someone after you recognize they're attractive or cute or whatever attracts you to them. You still have to actually have a conversation. You have to learn about who this person is. And that's what sticks, and that's what's going to stay in the long run. You know what I'm saying? So, and also the person who thinks, like, let's say if you have a guy who's like an average-looking guy and he thinks, well, I'm not good-looking, so I can't get a lot of women, or I can't date girls because girls are not going to like me because I don't look like Brad Pitt. It's not that you don't look like Brad Pitt. It's that you think you need to look like Brad Pitt in order to get women, and since you think that, you're already stopping yourself from even approaching women in the first place because you think already that you can't get them. So you've defeated yourself before you even started. So it's really a mind thing, because I even had an article called The Hot Guy Myth, and I was talking about where people assume that since a guy looks good, he's going to get all these women. And what happens is if you have a good-looking guy and you have an average-looking guy, if the average-looking guy puts himself out there more than the good-looking guy, he's going to succeed more with, you know, dating women than the good-looking guy. You understand what I'm saying? So it's all about how you feel and actually putting yourself out there, being confident, and actually going out there and letting people know that you want to make things happen, you know?
Yes,